Alright, let's talk a little bit about this thing. This is a 66 Mustang that I got from a friend of mine, and it has a little bit of history. It belonged to my friend's friend, and my understanding was it got wrecked in 93-ish. The license plates, which I'll show a little later, last sticker on it was 94, so that makes about the right sense. So it was rear-ended. I mean, it wasn't rear-ended. It rear-ended something else, and so the front end smashed. I think it's been off the road since then, so right around 30 years it's been off the road. The car itself is a 66 Mustang. Not super rare. It has a bench seat, which is kind of neat. It's not real common. It's a 289 4-barrel, but it's the just a cast iron 4-barrel. It's not the Hypo 289. It does have a Holly on it, which we'll look at later. We're going to do a whole can we get it running thing, but I just kind of wanted to introduce the car. I'll put up a picture of what it looked like back in the day. Maybe throw in a picture of what it looked like when I got it. My friend had it probably since his friend's death, and I don't have all the details on that, but I think that was in 2009 when he passed away, and so this car became his then. I've had it now for a little bit, and I'm just going to start messing with it. But it has kind of a neat tie-in to me a little bit. I didn't know the owner, but a neighbor of mine who has now since passed away owned a gas station, and this young man worked for him at the gas station while he had this car, and the connection was kind of made long before I even knew about this car. I had a 65 coupe that was the same color, a silvery blue color, and I was working on it, and my neighbor asked me if this was that car, and I wasn't sure the connection. I knew that it wasn't the car, but I wasn't sure exactly what he was talking about at the time, but later discovered he was talking about this car, and I learned about this car through my friend who ultimately gave it to me to try and save it. And then another kind of tie-in, I live here in Russellville, where a lot of the family is from. I recently met the parents of the young man who owned the car. I, in the past, worked with a relative of the guy who owned the car. So the car has been kind of connected in a way to me a little bit. I'm a Mustang nut. Here's the lawnmower going. My neighbor, like I said, who's now passed away, thought that I owned this car, even though it was a different car. But then I ultimately do own the car, and then I knew the family before I realized I knew who this car belonged to. So that's kind of an interesting tie-in, I guess. But we're gonna mess with this car, try and get it running, put back together enough to drive it, and who knows where we'll go from there. But mostly just want to get it running and driving again. So let's see what we can do with that. We're going to see if we can't break into there. It's already been drilled on, so I'm going to try it myself and see if we can get in there. Okay, we got her. Let's look in here for the first time. taillight lenses. Cool. Front bumper guards. A new trunk lock. Cool. Mirror. The side trim pieces. Light bezels. Oh, it's 289 emblems and fender badges. Cool. A massive crowbar. Nice. Okay, the grill. You can see that. So there's the grill. That's cool. Yeah. A snake skin. So there was a snake in here. Okay. Cool. The car has a repaint, but this is the original paint underneath. The sticker is pretty much gone, but it is the original paint, and the car is repainted pretty much the original color. It's a little faded maybe, but yeah. And the rear valance is up here. The story I got was it was in an accident in the 90s, which would make sense. This is 94 is the last sticker. So that's been sitting a long time. In a bucket in the car, I found the horns, headlight, buckets, turn signal, parking light bucket, one headlight, extra horns, the voltage regulator, the starter relay, and the water pump pulley, and the radiator cap. No radiator, but we got the cap. So we have, I kind of doubt that's any good, but we have most of the components we need. The voltage regulator is probably also not any good, but we have it, and it was chrome. Interesting, and there's some window regulators in the antenna back here, along with the door panel for the driver's side door. This one's still on, and I don't know what the window regulators are for. All the windows are in it and up. Mouse house, keys are in it. But yeah, there she is. I'd like to see, I've got a hood for the car. There was a hood on it. When I got it, it was mangled from the accident. But transporting it with the hood stuck open was not a possibility. These hinges are rusted. This has a fender on this side I found this fender at a pick apart. I gave $40 for it. It is rough, but it's a fender. Like I said, my main objective at this point is just to put it together enough to drive it. Alright, I got a socket, a wrench, a pipe. Something's happening. Let it twist off and be broken in there. Been sitting 30 years. My dauber nests and all. My balance straight head. Oh, it's actually broken. See that? Where am I going? There's a crack right there, so where it's bent over, this triangular piece is also bent. This one's probably scrap metal, but all right, I've been using the penetrant oil on this here guy, and I think it's starting to work. I had to smack on it with a hammer, but now I can get it to move up and down a little bit. It'll take some more work to get her totally free. This is the other one I had hanging on the wall to replace the bent one. So I'll use this one and this one. These are also stuck, or this one is also stuck. So once I get this one working really good, I'll oil it up, and then I'll start working on that one. But I think I'll have some functional hood hinges. Are you preparing to help me go out and put the hood on the car?
I sure am.
And it's cold out there, eh?
Oh, it's very cold.
All right, it's going to be fun. Let's get some tools, and I'll see if I can fire up Stinger and drive it up there.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're gonna fire up old truck, take it up to the car, put the hood on.
We're going to take the car and put a hood on it.
Take it up to the car, put a hood on it.
Are my balls on right?
Yeah. Right away.
Gotta drive with 2 feet.
Whose truck is that? Now we're recording. Let's make this quick. We got a lot of our junk out here. My husband has picked a day where it's 20 degrees. And here's my son. He just has a t-shirt on and a sweatshirt, and I can see the, what do you call that come out of your mouth? Steam?
The breath, the humidity.
I can see my breath when I talk.
You have to preserve the engine.
There's our son Lucas.
I've been in a video or two before.
He's going to school to be a mechanical engineer. You think these two can put some hood hinges on this Mustang?
It is.
Do we know these bolts are gonna come out?
Yeah, I took these hood hinges off
And he soaked them.
soaked them and got them broke free because they were stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
All locked up.
yeah. And I'm like, it won't do any good to put a hood on it if the hinges are stuck open.
Luke, this is what you wanted to do on your little Christmas vacation from college, huh?
Honestly, this is all right.
You just wish it was a little warmer?
Yeah, I wish it was a little warmer, but I don't mind working on cool stuff.
We will eventually get it running. But for now, get the hood on it to protect it from the weather. Because it still turns over. If you want to watch this, it can turn over. And it has compression. So I don't want it to get locked up.
Two guys getting after it. See how fast we can put these hood hinges and a hood on this car. Get back in and he can make me a fire.
Spin it.
The bolt's spinning.
There's a welded nut on the back that's broke free. I will need a vice grip, but I can just tighten these two. I'll get that other one later.
How you doing, Luke?
All right. I think I'm all started over here.
We're back here in a nice wooded area. I love where we live. That's Lucas's Mustang right there. It's a 69. He might get around to restoring that someday. How long have you had that car, Luke?
I got it. You guys got it from when I was like 14?
You weren't even driving yet.
No, that's over 11 years ago. It's like 13 years ago now.
You've had a couple higher priorities come in life. He also owns a 2020 Mustang GT.
It's That's been in a video.
It's been in a video. It's lime green.
Yeah, we did the exhaust.
Yeah.
That car had a whole exhaust feature on it.
And we can't keep tires on that thing. I think it's the driver.
Well, the throttle pedal's a little sensitive on that.
It's a right foot problem.
Yep. Oh, that's nice, babe. Don't you say it like Goonies? Goonies? Is that what your dad says?
Got some Jake brake action going on.
Yeah. These should bolt the hood on.
You know, 2 days ago it was 53 degrees out. And he has us out here and it's 20 degrees. My son is dressed like he's ready for a Florida winter. Oh, look over there. Is that a deer skull?
Yeah.
Yes.
How's the spring going on? Oh, screwdriver. Yeah, that would make that. Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Do that by hand. I couldn't get him to go down any. I figured the left was wrong. I was trying to go down the wrong way, and that's probably why.
These were stuck. And I still put the oil and got them working.
Put a hood on there. Think that hood will latch?
Oh my gosh, you know what? You guys, let me take a short field trip over here. I want to show you something. These are called frost flowers. Look at these, you guys. No, these are frost flowers.
That looks like fair trade.
No, go feel them. It's frost. Those are frost flowers.
Well, I'll be dipped.
Bring it here closer, show them.
I thought that was a trash bag.
I did too.
Those are frost flowers. Isn't that neat?
I would have thought that was just garbage.
I really thought that was garbage. What is this?
Those are called frost flowers. Did you guys see them over here?
Huh.
Go try to pick one. Pick that big one back there.
That's crazy. I thought, I mean, it makes sense.
Can you like squish it in your hands while it turns to like water?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It was like Walmart bag or something.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to our regular scheduled program.
Now my hands are freezing.
I've heard about those from the people at work.
Your hands will still be freezing.
Okay, the hood's going on.
This one's already got a bolt in it.
I stuck that one in there just to test fit it. You can replace it or not. It's up to you.
I wonder if Monica's ever seen a frost flower.
I can't even see what I'm doing. That doesn't quite reach.
Wiggle stuff around.
Fingers don't work no more.
Yeah, it's cold.
You got this hood?
Yeah.
pilot on it. That should help. That other one was just a bolt.
Let's grab this stuff to check the thread size.
He started. Oh my God, my fingers are not working.
My hands are going numb.
Those are on.
I should have brought my
The zip, 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 zip.
yeah.
He's not cross, is he?
Is it mad, Luke? Is it cross?
Cross threaded. It's hard to tell when everything's rusty. Can you see?
Different one. That gearhead wasn't here last time.
Well, I hope they're not getting it mounted. Maybe they just took the deer. Is the deer underneath that black tarp thing? No?
No, I don't think so. That's weird. I wonder if Blake has something to do with that. That looks like it's going out a little easier.
Thread might just be jacked up.
Well, 3 bolts is enough, I guess. See how we carry on.
As Puddin from Puddin's Fed Shop would say, if 3 bolts won't hold it, 4 would never would have.
Gotta love some pudding.
He cracks me up. I want to, before we leave,
What?
get the carburetor number off this carburetor so we can get a carb kit ordered.
You didn't say anything about that. You just said you wanted to put the hood on.
But if we order a carb kit, then the next time I come, we can.
That's on there good.
Look, it's like a mouse ate through that, huh?
Maybe.
We should have brought the.
Yeah, there you go.
Who has a camera phone?
I'll take a picture.
I don't think you have to worry about that falling, Luke, do you? Oh,
It shouldn't now. Gee willikers, how long is this thing?
gosh, gee
Take the
willikers.
stud out of it.
Holds the oil pan on.
Yeah.
So we need a picture of that list number. Make an order kit. Looks like a 600 Jackie secondary.
Will you go take a picture of a frost flower for me so I can show the guys at work that I found one? Hey, is this the gas tank right here?
It's going to be,
That little plastic bottle?
yeah. I don't guess that matters
No.
right now.
All right, y'all. I guess for the hood, it's a wrap. We'll watch them close it, and I'll shut her down. We got her done. And my butt is froze.
Is there another extension over there somewhere?
Yeah.
Or you put it back?
I'll have to put it back because it's not over here anymore.
Alright. Then we gotta see if we'll Stinger salvage will get us back home. Check that out.
Woohoo!
First time it's had a hood in 30 some years. That wasn't front anyway.
I had some bungee cord action going on earlier. Do you know where
They're right there. Oh, they broke.
That was on the air cleaner. There was one I had hooked to the door.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's still there.
It's covered.
One that was here, hooked up over there somewhere.
I thought I did too. Buried it.
All right, Luke, you guys see if Stinger will start again. Let's swing the camera around.
Phew.
Luke's gonna get Stinger going again. You want me to wait until you get started and then go back? Ha!
Alrighty. I didn't put that back on, so this should go pretty quickly. There's a cotter pin in there. That fuel line is pretty bad. I'll probably just cut that. Let's see. I might have to use a wrench on those. So these two I can probably get with a socket. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, this carburetor I'm sure is full of gunk. So that sucker's hard as a rock.
Oh yeah. There it goes.
Oh, and loose too.
And loose.
Get that cotter pin out of there. Not quite strong enough for them little guys.
Oh yeah. Got half of it anyway.
Yeah, all right. That was
Oh dear.
in need of replacement.
There it goes.
Okay, the spring right here. Some mud dauber nests. See, we got the fuel line off. Here's the line for the distributor. That's probably gonna break. This is brittle. It's on there good. Yep, it broke.
Naturally.
PVC hose.
Oh yeah. That one came off all right.
I think that's should be everything.
He came right off. That's all right.
Yeah. This is a cast iron 4-barrel intake. So this would be the 289 4-barrel engine, but not a hypo 289. So they had a little more horsepower than the 2-barrel version. Obviously the Holly is not original, but kind of neat that it's a 4-barrel car. It's got some weird options. It's got a bench seat, which is pretty rare. And then the 4-barrel. I don't know that that's very rare, but most of the ones I've seen were 2-barrel 289s. So it's kind of neat to have a 4-barrel on it. See how stock this guy is.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. How's it look down in there?
Rusty.
At least it's not full of some creatures living in it.
True, yeah. It does appear to be sealed up. Maybe, you know, it's a little bit sandy in there.
There's a little moisture. The motor turns over, so it's not full of water, but I might have to do a compression test to see if it's got any stuck valves, because there is the appearance of some moisture in there. Let's see, this is a Fomoco cast iron intake. It is, I think that's, does that say C6?
C8ZE.
C8. Okay, so that's a 68 manifold, so this is not the original manifold to this car. So this, or the whole motor might not be original to the car, I don't know. I'll have to do some more checking. If it's a C8, then it's probably a 302. But if it's just the manifold that's been swapped, it could still be the 289. We'll have to probably pop a valve cover off to look at the numbers cast in there, but I'm not going to do that today. I should have just brought something to cover that hole. We got some Gorilla tape here. We'll do that. We'll just cover
Taper closed.
tape. Just to keep creatures out of there and moisture. And I can at least get the carburetor apart, get it soaking in some carb cleaner. Ordered the kit last night, so should be able to get that rebuilt and swapped on pretty quickly. Thank you. And then I'll bring the battery up here. See if we can get it to crank over. I'm probably gonna have to, I'm sure the points are probably shot. Probably have to file those. So make sure the tape will stick to that.
Interesting.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I didn't see a
I didn't see any acorns in there.
acorn in there, yeah.
This is a certified weatherproofing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for a long period of time, but
Yeah.
it'll hold for a few days or whatever it takes me to get back up here.
It's got the hood on her too, so it'll help keep the water away.
Yeah, and we'll set the air cleaner lid back on it. Yeah. All right. That wasn't so bad. Here. Let's see what we got here with this carburetor. It doesn't look that old. It's got the plastic accelerator pump arm and the plastic vacuum secondary lid. Choke cable is broke off in there. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, the fuel line is loose. Spin that guy off. This fitting. Smash that. There we go. I believe I've got stuff I can replace that with, but if not, we can reuse it probably. The vintage of this Holly, it's probably obviously before 30 years ago, but the gaskets are probably shrunk. Which means we wouldn't have much luck trying to get it running. And of course they're stuck. Boink. That worked. Oh look, everything's plastic, so I don't know what vintage that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Gasket is indeed a cork one, which is probably not any good. The O-ring stayed on there, so that's good. refresh that arm. I think it'll function, but it's pretty rusty. So we'll clean that up. This guy, hard as a rock. Yeah. Not, well, okay, I was gonna say not torn, but it just snapped. Okay. Now there's a little snap ring here. Which I just dropped down inside the bowl. We got a little plastic diffuser, I guess you might call it, around the needle and seat. And then here's our plastic float. We'll check and make sure that floats. It's been sitting a long time, so not likely that it would have had any float in it. There's that. That little snap ring. Don't want to lose that guy. Needle and seat, O-ring, hard as a rock. So here's our bowl. I will probably go ahead and pop that off. That's our bowl sight. I guess you adjust your floats till the fuel is right up there. That gasket, I think, is metal. Yeah, but so there is our completely stripped bowl. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the tank. Hopefully we can get all this gasket material off. This stuff, these are original cork ones, are really hard to clean off. It's really pretty clean otherwise. I mean, if those, of course, the accelerator pump was no good. So probably the needle and seat are no good. But I'm going to guess that the power valve in here is no good. But inside, otherwise, it's pretty clean. So at least it wasn't full of crud. Those weren't stuck. But I don't know how well they'll seal. What did I do with the other one? This side, the metering plate, has these funky clutch head screws. Gotta take that metering plate off to get this gasket off. So these are funny looking clutch head. I think they call it a clutch head. Anyway. Alright, I did have to get under it in the corner a little bit. I think it's okay. See there where I got under the corners. I don't think I hurt it. Hope not. But you can see also it's got a lot of gasket stuck to it, so that will hopefully come off when we soak it. Let's see if I can scrape this gasket. Alright, there it is. It came off. I won't say in one piece, but it came off. There we go. All right. I'll show you what I'm doing. I got in on the edge of this where the screw goes in. Didn't hit the threads or anything, just that area where the cork goes, and was able to pop her off. So that's good. Power valve. May or may not be any good, but we're not going to keep it. It seems like it's probably okay, but I am not going to reuse it. And let these babies soak overnight in the carb cleaner. And okay, my kit came in. Most of the parts are clean. I still had to put some back in to the carb cleaner to soak a little bit longer. They were still gasket material, not quite ready to come off, but that was cleaned up pretty good. This is the secondary metering plate, cleaned up pretty good. So we'll get the front metering plate and float bowl a little more time to soak. Those gaskets were a little more stuck, I guess. And then we'll put her back together. All right, carburetor's all back together. Used the Holly trick kit. Basically, just rebuilt the bowls, cleaned out the metering plates, jets, changed the needle and seat, power valve, and of course all the gaskets and screws, accelerator pump. All right, let's see what we can do with this thing. We've got a junk battery that probably won't have enough cranking power in it. We've got a few things we can maybe make this thing work. Brought a bunch of vacuum hoses, jump box. This is a positive cable, which we have also on the ground for the engine. Perfect. I bought one of these guys. You don't really need one with a Ford, but I bought it anyway. This was in my supply of stuff. It looks like it's new and never been used. So it's going to get used today. Hopefully we can find somewhere to attach it. I did not bring any drill or anything. Should have. Might have to go back and get a drill. Put a self-tapper in there. I think I will. Alright, this guy's pretty crusty and rusty. I doubt it's going to work. I'll see if I can get some life out of it, but I imagine we're going to have to exchange it for a rebuilt one, or look in my junk pile and see if I got another one. I tried taking this crusty thing apart. The bolts that go all the way through are rusted solid and they're just going to twist off. The bolt that holds this band on is rusted solid and will break. I know the inside of it's junk, so I'm just gonna get a rebuilt one. I got this one here that used to be on the big block Mustang until I went with a mini starter, but I don't think big block and small block Fords use the same starter. So I'm just going to get one for this guy, for the 289. Little Friday the 13th action here. Going to get some parts for the 66. All right, we're back. We got a marine battery here. That's the big block starter. Here's my rebuilt starter. So we'll get that in there. I found another cable. This one's in way better shape than the other starter cable. Should have bought some battery cables while I was out there. Maybe I'll do that later. All right. All right. Keep meaning to do something about that hood hinge bolt. Starter bolts. Cardboard is inside. Helps if you put it on the right one. So she cranks over. Okay, that is great news. Okay, it does have oil in it. It is black. Doesn't smell like it's got any gas in it. And it doesn't look like it has any water. And she's definitely full. So that's good. Our next steps then, I think we need to pull the spark plugs out. Doing this. Don't look too bad. All right. Number 4. So we got these 4 out. They all don't look that bad. We go to the other side and we'll pull them out, then we'll do a compression test. Ooh, that one works. That one works. That one's low. Check this one. Yeah, that one's got compression. That one's got compression. All right, so. All right, battery is getting low already, but she's making some pressure, so I think we'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna check this coil. We're not getting spark, so I think the coil might be bad. Is that you, Sweet Pea? I hear you.
Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna come out and see you for a minute.
Okay. I'm just tinkering.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna check this coil. It looks pretty nasty. I think it might be bad. Oh, I know what you can do. The new starter, when they send them to you, they don't come with the fluid filled all the way up. So you can use this starter fluid and fill it up for me while I'm working on this coil.
Okay, where does it go?
There should be an opening there somewhere. Might have to read the directions.
Where does the starter fluid go? Babe, I can't read this.
Why not?
I can't figure it out. Where does the starter fluid go?
Have you never put starter fluid in a starter before?
No, you've always done it for me.
Can't believe it. All right, I'll do it myself.
All right, I'm going up to make dinner.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Starter fluid. All right, I'm going to check this coil. This is the coil off of the 66. We're not getting any spark. I checked the, I don't know if you can see that. I checked the points, cleaned them. They visually look good. So, and I jumpered the coil straight from the battery. And so I had over 12 volts on the positive side. So should have had spark, but we didn't have any spark. So should be like 0.5 to 2.5, somewhere in the neighborhood on the primary. I'm getting around 0.5, just below. Primary side should be okay. Secondary, from the positive side to the high output, that should be what, like 5,000 ohms. That's the positive side, right? Yep. Negative. Yeah. Yeah, I think the secondary side is no good. All right, baby, we stopped Advance Auto. I got a coil, and believe it or not, they had points in stock. I don't know if it needs them, but I went ahead and got them because they're like 13 bucks.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see if we can't get that thing to spark. All right. Okay, let's get this coil on here. I've got bought a new coil. See if it's going to work. So we have some spark. Charge up the battery during all the rain. So hopefully This one's probably dead. Hopefully this will. See what it needs for some spark. Alright, coil wire in place. It should make a spark. Start here. Starter works off the key. Now we have voltage. Starter cap. I'm going to just crank it over and see if the lights will spark the coil wire. Yes, we have sparkage. I don't know if you saw that, but let's bring the camera over here. Not sure if it will show up very well on camera, but she is sparking. All right, was cranking on this thing. It got to where she wouldn't turn over anymore up with the battery, so let's put a wrench on her. I don't know why it would get tight, but let's see what happens. Wow. That's just loosening the bolt. Why did the motor get tight? That's interesting. She was cranking over with the battery and then she just kind of locked up on me. All right, let's take a look with the borescope inside the cylinders. Since you won't crank over, we'll see if I can see anything. Let's look in her with the borescope again. That one's got oil in it, man. But it's the only one. The rest of these look pretty. There's a valve. All right, let's pop off this valve cover. Got all the bolts out of her. It's pretty clean in there. That's good. And the, well, let's see, the gasket stuck to the head, but there's a, from an oil fill jug, the lid. I don't see any valves that are stuck on this side. There's another one of those oil fill in the cap safety latch gizmo. No, none of those valves are stuck. Let's check the other one, other head. Also clean. It does not appear that there are any valves stuck on this side either. That one's pretty loose. That one could be stuck. It is a 289. I can see the testing numbers in there. So the intake must be from a different engine. I don't know. I do not see anything that's causing the engine to not turn over. Okay, the rotor turns, so the timing chain, and we had spark, so the points were opening and closing. So I don't think it's the timing chain. No, the fuel pump could be. Never heard of a fuel pump being a problem like that, but yeah, she's locked up again. Valves are going up and down. Rotor's going around. Going all the way around this time. Oh, there's a tight spot. All the valves look like they're working. It gets a little bit loose. I'm perplexed. Unless the valve was stuck and I popped her loose somehow. I don't know. There's a tight spot. Right in there. Come back around. Let's see if she gets it. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the same spot of the crankshaft, not the cam. So it could be a cylinder. It's just got a tight spot in it. I'm sitting. Maybe I'll just dump some oil in the cylinders, let it soak a few days, and we'll come out here and try it again after it's get a chance to soak. I did bring some transmission fluid to dump in there. All right, I dumped some transmission fluid in all the cylinders, spun her with the ratchet a little bit. I did that yesterday, so let's see if she cranks over today. Yeah, seems like she's cranking a lot better. So it's a bit rainy today. I probably won't mess with it anymore today. Maybe dump some more oil in it and let it soak some more. But then we'll see if we can't get her fired up. Gas, jumper wires. See if we can bring this baby to life. Yet. Starter connectors here. Starter still works. All right. Got this nifty little gas IV. Here's gas in her. That should run for a little while. Gas flowing in the carburetor. I hear it. A little bit of a leak right there, but that's okay. We won't run her long. All right, let's hook up this guy. We now have ignition. Get some starter fluid. It might start. I don't know. It lives. Most of that smoke is from when I was doing the oil in the cylinders. I got it all over the manifolds, and of course it had to burn it out of the cylinders. So I think she'll quit smoking eventually. Right now, I probably work on getting the radiator so we can run it a little bit longer. But yeah, it sounded pretty good. It started to smooth out. I'll change the oil. It still's got the old oil in it, but I'll change the oil and filter and get the cooling system going. Maybe work on getting a fuel pump and the gas tank cleaned out and all that, and see if we can get it to sit there and idle for a while and get settled down. But she lives. Awesome.